What if I told you that for anyone over 60, the most dangerous part of your day might be the first 10 minutes after you open your eyes? It sounds strange, right? But there's a surprising health risk hidden in our morning routines, and we're about to uncover what it is and the simple change that can protect you. Okay, let's start with a number that's it's pretty shocking. Medical studies show that nearly 40% of all strokes happen between 6 a.m. and noon. That's a huge concentration in such a small window of time. So what on earth is going on in our bodies first thing in the morning?
And here's where it gets really interesting. It turns out there's a very common habit, something millions of us do without a second thought, that can actually triple this risk before our feet even hit the floor.
To really get what's happening, we need to dive into the science just a little bit. There's a name for this phenomenon that doctors and scientists use. They call it the morning surge. It's a completely natural process, but it's one we really need to understand. So here's the deal. The moment you wake up, your body gets this big flood of hormones. We're talking things like cortisol and adrenaline. It's basically nature's alarm clock, designed to get you up and ready for the day. But this causes your heart rate and your blood pressure to shoot up pretty fast. Let's try an analogy. Think of your body in the morning like a car engine that's been sitting out in the cold all night. You wouldn't just jump in, turn the key, and immediately slam the pedal to the floor, would you? Of course not. Well, the same exact principle applies to your heart and your whole cardiovascular system. I mean, just look at the difference here. While you're sleeping, your heart rate is low, your blood pressure is low, even your blood is a bit thicker. But the second you wake up, bam, that hormonal surge kicks in and everything just spikes. And this is where that one fatal mistake comes into play. Jolting awake to a loud, blaring alarm clock, or jumping straight out of bed to attack that to-do list, that is the exact equivalent of redlining that cold engine. It puts this immediate extreme stress on your heart and arteries. But hold on, that's not the only thing going on. There's a second factor that makes this sudden jolt even more dangerous, and it has to do with something we can call the sticky blood factor. Just think about it. After maybe 8 hours of sleeping, you haven't had a single sip of water. You are naturally a little dehydrated, and this makes your blood thicker, more viscous. Imagine trying to pump water through a thin straw. Now imagine trying to pump honey through that same straw. That's the kind of extra work your heart is suddenly being asked to do. And you know what so many of us do? We make the problem worse without even realizing it. We reach for coffee. But here's the thing about caffeine. It's a vasoconstrictor. That's just a fancy word meaning it actually narrows your blood vessels. So now your heart is trying to pump that thick, honey-like blood through an even narrower straw. This quote really says it all perfectly. You are essentially squeezing the straw while trying to pump the honey. Just picture that. That action creates an immense amount of pressure on the walls of your arteries. And if there's any weakness there already, this is the moment of maximum danger. Okay, so we've laid out the problem, right? This cold engine and sticky blood getting hit with a sudden shock. But the good news, the really good news, is that the fix is incredibly simple. It's a little routine called the slow wake protocol, and it's all about working with your body's natural rhythm, not against it. Let's break it down into 3 super easy steps. First, the 2-minute horizontal stretch. Before you even sit up, while you're still lying in bed, just gently stretch. Wiggle your toes, flex your hands, reach your arms overhead. This is like gently warming up that engine. Second, the water first rule. Keep a glass of water on your nightstand and drink at least half of it before you stand up. This immediately starts to thin your blood. And third, light, not fight. Ditch that blaring, stressful alarm. That loud noise is what causes that cortisol spike. Instead, try waking up to gentle light or a soft, peaceful sound. It almost sounds too easy to actually work, doesn't it? Just a little stretch and a sip of water. But these tiny, simple actions can fundamentally change how you start your day and, more importantly, protect your health for the long run. So think of this as a simple promise you can make to yourself for tomorrow morning. It's so easy to feel that pressure, to just leap out of bed and get going. The emails, the news, the chores, they're all waiting. But let's be honest, what's really more important? Your to-do list can absolutely wait 10 minutes. Your health can't. You know, as we get older, these simple body mechanics, this basic biology, it just matters more and more. Rushing your morning puts your entire system under a strain that it just doesn't need. By taking just these few extra minutes, you are respecting your body's natural pace and dramatically lowering your risk. So let me leave you with this one question to think about tonight. When you wake up tomorrow, what's it going to be? A sudden, stressful jolt or a gentle, easy start? Which one of those really describes your morning? And is it helping you or is it hurting you?